Hello and welcome to Jazzy Trader. I'm Jasmine, and today we're going to be looking at a trade that I took on the Dow Jones using ICT Concepts. I do want to preface this by saying ICT himself have been quoted saying he doesn't trade the Dow Jones. He feels like it's kind of fickle, but as a person who has studied US 30, who has back tested US 30 using several different concepts, I will say his by far worked the best, in my opinion. Um, so today we're just going to look at this trade that I took on US 30 the week of March 23rd, 2025. We will be looking at this in hindsight and via market replay, which I feel personally is the best way to learn how to trade. Hindsight and market replay back testing will be your best friend. But I did take this trade live and we will be taking a look at it. So starting from the higher time frame, we're going to start on the weekly. So on the weekly, when I opened up my chart Sunday, March 23rd, I did a 3-week look back. Why did I do a 3-week look back? Well, ICT teaches in his concepts, he teaches a 3-day look back concept, meaning looking back the past 3 days, looking for that range in which price has traded, right? So in this case, I will be using that concept on the weekly. We know time is fractal, price is fractal, and it's the same on every time frame, except it may look a little different, slightly different, but the same price action is happening. So we're going to, again, go back to the weekly. Okay, so here we have the week of March 3rd, the week of March 10th, and the week of March 17th. When I opened up my chart, I saw that price, let's remove this real quick. I saw that price had left this gap or void in price right here. And I'm going to put a line there so you can see that. So I was looking for price to trade back to this line, fill in that gap, fill in that void before I took a trade to the sell side. Now, I want to say this, that the week that this was happening, there was a temperature, a climate in the market and everyone across the world. The market is going to crash. The market is going to crash. Well, I was expecting the market to go down because I've studied these charts for a long time and price repeats itself. Okay? So going on down, we're going to look at the 4-hour chart. And we can see we have that gap in price here. Going down to the 1 hour, we have that gap in price here. Going down to the 30-minute, we have that same gap in price here. And keep in mind that that pink line is where price is on the weekly, is where I'm looking for price to trade into before I take a sale. All right, here we have a gap in price on the 15-minute. So starting at the 15-minute chart, we're going to go ahead and let this trade play out. So I'm going to pause it right here for a second. So when the market opened March 23rd, it left a gap in price. You see that void right there? You see where there's like a space right there in price, right? So I'm going to mark that. Now, I was looking for price to trade back into this area. Did I know when? No, but I was expecting it. All right, so we're going to continue, and keep in mind we still have a higher time frame bias of price trading back into that gap, that void I showed you in the beginning of the video. So going back to letting this trade play out. And again, we're looking for the market to trade into our higher time frame bias, which is this pink line. We're waiting. We're waiting and we're watching. We're hunting. We're not reacting. We're waiting. Okay, so as you can see, Tuesday, it comes near where I'm looking to get in at on the higher time frame. I'm going to take you back to the higher time frame. That pink line, that's what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting for price to get into there. All right. So we're going to continue to let it play out. Okay. So on Wednesday, price trades into my higher time frame bias. When it does that, I'm looking for an entry, right? Now, mind you, I'm expecting this to happen on the Thursday because ICT Concepts teaches that reversals are likely to happen on a Thursday. But when I seen my setup, on Wednesday and it traded into my level, I knew that at the very least that this would be a trade I'm willing to take even if it's a loss. And that's a skill you also have to develop. So we're going to take a look here. So the market traded into my level, my weekly level, going back. Okay. So it traded into my weekly level on Wednesday. Okay. It created a fair value gap at 1020, the silver bullet, and it traded back into it at 1030. Now that is ICT Silver Bullet, and you can go back and check out his video. I may insert which video and which lesson it is. But anyway, it did that, and by me back testing and being able to recognize this, I knew that I could safely take my trade even if it was a loss. Also, the silver bullet, for those who don't know, it's a trade that recurs between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. So I took that trade and entered here. Now, with that being said, coming back to where the market gapped open on Sunday, I knew that this would be my target. I was looking for the market to trade back into here since it had not done it during Monday or Tuesday. When it created this, I was pretty confident that this was a safe bet to take it to here. Okay, and we're going to look at it on the 1 hour as well. This was going to be my target. But after looking at it on the weekly, I could have held it longer, but we're going to go ahead and see what happened. Okay, we can see the market's trading down. And again, I'm holding over these 2 days. It was a short-term trade, which could have easily been a swing trade had I seen what I saw after I got out of the trade. All right, we're still waiting for the market to come in that yellow box here. This is what, and there we go. There we go. So it fell out of bed, Virginia, and it was one of the most beautiful trades I had ever taken with clarity. Now, as you study and go further in your trading journey, you'll see exactly what I mean when I use certain words like clarity and confidence and things like that. But anyway, that Friday, it completely fell out of bed. One of the most beautiful trades I've ever taken on the Dow Jones, and it's up there with one of the most beautiful trades I've ever taken since I've started 5 years ago. And this was more satisfactory than the funds that accompanied this trade because I know what I was looking for and I know what I was doing. But again, going back to the weekly, I could have definitely held this trade a little bit longer because as we're going to see as today that I'm recording this trade, it's April 22nd, 2025. And the market has been on a downtrend for those past few weeks, and I could have held this trade longer, really turning it into a nice swing trade. But I was very happy with my results on this trade. And as you can see, the market is it's retracing a little bit. It comes back to that area of price. Look, it's and it goes down. It goes down. Well, I wanted to thank you guys for joining me in this video. I do plan to give more breakdowns. Hopefully I can do them concisely so you guys can kind of pick up some tips. I do recommend going to watch ICT's channel itself, Michael's channel itself, and then come to see how other traders traded, myself, other traders that trade his concepts, because it will give you more clarity on what he's doing, what he has going on over there. And also, I want to say this, in this one trade here, this whole week, I want to say in this whole week, there are so many lessons I could go in and teach just using this trade. And I know you guys, if you're new to trading, you probably think, well, I need some recent information. The market repeats itself. Past market conditions mark the future of market conditions. Now, it may take you a while to grasp that concept of what I just said, but it's the truth. Hindsight is going to be your best friend. Slowing down, learning how to do this for real was going to be your best friend. So I may actually use this trade to teach you other concepts that are here, because there's a bunch of his concepts in this one piece of price action during this week. But yeah, I hope you guys were able to grasp something. I do plan to come with more videos. If you have any questions, oh, also I want to say the blue candlesticks. This is a skill I've just developed. ICT doesn't teach how to trade with solid color candlesticks. And I want to say this, these candlesticks could have been blue, orange, pink, green, whatever color. And I'm just that good. I know what I'm looking for. So the color candlesticks just really doesn't matter to me. Typically, you'll see green and red candlesticks for most people when they trade. For me, it just helps me stay focused on price action instead of every tick of a red or every tick of a green candlestick. I just want to add that in there. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. I hope everyone is having a good day. Manage your risk and trade safely. Until the next one. Bye. Thanks for watching. Today I showed you guys how ICT concepts do work on the Dow Jones US30. If you found anything in this video helpful, insightful, maybe you've seen something a little bit clearer that you were a little confused on, or maybe I confused you more. Either way, hit the like button and subscribe, and I will definitely see you in the next one.